Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles channel, and thank you so much for subscribing and being here with me. Last night I had a bit of an accident on the motorbike, and I was actually thrown off the motorbike and slid on ice pretty far down the road actually, and I've hurt my knees and I've hurt my hands. Just a little bit shook up today, but luckily it could have been so much worse. But I thought that I would just make a video anyway, and just say hello to you all. And I decided that I was going to do a 3-card reading, and what this means is that you're just going to choose number 1, number 2, number 3, and I'm going to choose, well, I'm going to shuffle the cards and then we'll get a message for each one of those. Now what I'm actually using is the Wizard's Tarot, which is a relatively new deck that Pete bought for me. So I'm trying these out with you all, and for whatever reason I'm here. As I said, it was very, very late at night, and it was very, very icy cold, and we're just lucky that it wasn't so much worse what happened to us, but it just made me very, very grateful for my life and for all of you as well. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to shuffle them, so just have in your mind number 1, number 2, or number 3, and then we'll see what message comes up for each one of you. So starting with those who are choosing number 1. Alright, so I'm going to close my eyes. Alright, number 1. Okay, so in this card you have got the Alchemist. So in this deck it's called the Alchemist. Now let me just look at it for you. Okay, so this is what you would traditionally call the Magician if you were looking at normal tarot cards, and the Magician is actually number 1 on in the tarot, in the major arcana. So this does signify something major happening in your life. So I'm just going to put that card there for a second. Now when the Magician comes up in a spread or anyone's readings, it's telling you that you do have the power within you to make the choices that you feel you need to make, or sometimes you feel that you need other people's advice in order to make correct decisions. And what the Alchemist is saying to you is, like, you do know the formula to your own success. You know what's worked for you in the past, and when you've followed your instincts, you've been able to be successful. When you haven't followed your instincts, then things have gone seemingly wrong. Although there isn't never really anything that is wrong in our life path. We're always just we're always following the path, and whatever things come up that seem to put us off track are actually little lessons. And what I've found in my life is that when something puts me off track, it's a cycle that I'm repeating. It's a way of thinking that I'm repeating, and so it's just bringing that to my awareness. Okay, what am I thinking of that's the same? What am I doing that's the same as what I was doing in the past? And maybe this is a message for you as well. Also, the Magician can mean that there may be somebody around you who you don't feel that you can trust completely. Because sometimes the Magicians are shifty characters, or people that have just suddenly come into our life and we're just uncertain. Again, you need to follow your instincts about that. It can also come up when there is a crossroads and you're not sure what decision to make or which direction to go in, and you feel like you've got more than one choice. And one little thing that I do is I actually close my eyes and I imagine myself at a 4-way street, standing right in the center of the 4-way street. Just close my eyes and just imagine my angels standing with me, or my guide, or whatever it is that you want to do. And which direction are they pointing you? You feel something come up behind you. Which direction do you feel you need to face? Now it could be that you're seeing street signs which have got directions for you, like job or home, or this way or that way, or north, south, east, west. Or it could be people there as well, like this person might be right for you, or this one or this one. But just get a sense, close your eyes and get a sense of where your angels are leading you, what direction feels right for you. And also just remember that you are capable of making the decisions yourself. You do have a spiritual purpose, and you're starting to awaken to that as well. And also you have many abilities, so you're able to create things, and you're very creative, and you're able to change people's lives with that creativity. So don't doubt yourself anymore. So that is the message for people with number 1. Number 2, I'm going to close my eyes, see what card we get for number 2. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Wands there. Hopefully you can see it there. Okay, so you can see that there there's a beautiful field, and there's a creative burst. All right, so when we see any of the aces in the tarot, the aces do signify new beginnings. And there's something going wrong with my computer just now. See if it catches up to me. Okay, yeah, all the aces signify new beginnings, and the Ace of Wands is a new creative outlet, or a new burst of activity that's going on in your life that is opening up your next phase of the journey. So it's opening up all the things that you've been trying to accumulate. It's creating it for you. It can also mean that you're moving into a new position work-wise. Or even for some people, you might be moving to a more rural type of a landscape type of an area. Like if you're looking for a house or something like that, you're moving somewhere which is out of the city, out of the rat race, and more into an alignment with the peace that's in your heart. I sometimes see this card as representing a significant male, just because the wands are more fiery, which has a more masculine type of an energy. Sometimes, when we look at tarot or we look at cards, people only look at the face cards and think, okay, it's a knight, it must be a male, or it's a page, it must be a male. Sometimes I see the aces as someone, not just a situation in our life, but as someone significant in our life. And in this case, it is a male type of an energy. It's also showing some ancient symbols on this particular card, and the ancient symbols are representing the rune stones. So perhaps there is a interest that you have in readings, or doing the runes, or doing any type of oracles, and you're wanting to create something that is going to be helpful. Maybe it's a website of your own, or a Facebook page or something, and you're wanting to create a community for people to come together and learn and grow and share. And this is also saying that this is a very, very good idea for you. So it is a positive time. Okay, also I feel, just by looking at this card, and it's different every time I do this, that it is you might be thinking about going on a journey, and you should go to somewhere, even if it's just going for a walk, where there are a lot of trees, there is a lot of nature, and this actually clears your mind and allows you to bring those creative ideas to the forefront. So that's for people that chose number 2. And I'm sorry, I apologize, I was a bit distracted because I could see that the camera was lagging a little bit, so I do apologize for that. Number 3, I'm going to close my eyes now. Okay, those people who chose number 3, you have got the 9 of Cups. You have a look at this card here. You can see this person is very, very pleased with themselves. They've got all these cups on the table. They're actually quite eloquent. I'm just going to put it there so I can look at it a little bit more. And the 9 of Cups traditionally is a card of wishes, like wishes coming true. And so obviously this is bringing good news for you. Being the element of water, we tend to find the emotion comes up as well. So it's a very happy time for you emotionally. Perhaps there is a need for you to go out and celebrate. Perhaps there are people coming to see you and you're getting yourself organized. Maybe it's just Christmas parties or something coming up. But it's very, very important also that you understand that you are someone who people look up to for joyous times. And this card shows one person there by themselves, so it's saying to you to give yourself some credit for the things that you have been able to achieve. And this is on your own. You know, you've done these things on your own, and no one else can take that away from you. There's going to be some good news coming for you, and you know, you're going to be able to, like I said, you're going to be able to celebrate and just be aware of some of the emotions that come up for you in regards to past celebrations. Perhaps you're missing a loved one, and you know, you're trying to think about them coming at Christmas time, because our loved ones tend to come when it's Christmas or our birthdays or their birthdays. They seem to come very, very close, or when there is something significant that they want you to actually try to catch up with, like they want you to actually take notice of, they tend to come around a lot closer to you as well. So you are heading for celebration, you're heading for good times ahead, and you know, relax and allow the flow of prosperity to come your way as well. Things are going to get better, and this is for all of these cards. There are situations in our lives that have been stagnant. There are situations where we are repeating cycles. There are situations where we're looking for something new, and it's time to go into nature and retreat into nature a little bit more. Try not to let things worry you or concern you, and you know, really relax into your new life. But do pay attention to the cycles of things that keep coming up. So you know, for example, if you are repeating patterns in relationships, you might have a bad relationship or have had a bad relationship in the past, and if you look at it now that you're far away from it, you could see where you were needy and they were needy, or you know, you were destructive in some ways and this led them to being destructive as well. Then you're being destructive together, and then there was all kinds of jealousies or fallouts and all kinds of things going on. And it wasn't what you really wanted, but there was also a sense of like desperation within you to stay with someone, to be with someone, to have a life with someone. And sometimes we just choose the wrong people to try to do that with, even though they might be perfectly great people. They may not be the right perfectly great person for us. And you know, we need to start to look at the different patterns in our life, whether it is relationships or you know, work situations where we get ourselves all excited about a job, and then very, very quickly it turns to being like bored and resentful and annoyed at having to go to work. We don't mind the money, but we're just annoyed at being there. We need to try to find a balance within ourselves where we feel secure in everything that we do, and where we've given that space, whether it is in a relationship or a job or whatever it is, we're given that space to allow ourselves to shine a little bit, and we're allowing other people to do the same. So we've got really good cards. You know, whatever card you chose, I'm sure that they're all relevant to you in some way. That's just how things seem to work out. And don't worry about me at all. I know that people will think, oh gosh, you know, she's come off the bike and all this has happened, but you know, it happened, and it hasn't frightened me or anything from going back on the bike. I'm just a little bit sore today, and it could have been, like I said to you, it could have been a whole lot worse, and I just feel that it's some sort of trigger to me to the next step in my journey too. So it's like, you know, I was thinking about, well, we're going to go for a ride today, and maybe it wasn't a good idea, and so this has happened now, which has avoided something even bigger. But thank you all for listening to the messages that have come through today. I'm going to try to make some other ones as well, and I've also been making some mandalas and things. I've just been really taking it easy today and just chilling out a little bit, you know, because I'm just in that little bit of can't believe that it's just happened sort of thing. But I'm really, really grateful for all of you, because then I've got a little way of expressing or getting things out, and hopefully helping you with little messages for today. So let me know what sort of videos you guys want to see. I'm going to keep on going with the rune chanting. I'm going to be teaching about tarot next year, and also more about angels. Of course, we'll do the domino angels. I want to do a how to do mandalas. I'm just waiting. I have a video camera, but I've got the wrong cord for it. So once I get that all set up and I get myself a tripod again, I'll show you how to get yourself started with the mandalas. I mean, there's plenty of how-to on Google, but there's some little tricks that I'd like to show you as well, you know, to help you make some different types of shapes and things, because a mandala doesn't necessarily have to be you know, a traditional type of thing. It can be any pattern or shape that you want to do. But there you go. And until the next video, thank you all for listening, and thank you for your loving support, and it's goodbye for now. Bye everyone.